So I wanted to do a video on public unions because, well, they're the cancer that is eroding our society's backbone. Um, that's the fact of the matter. So when I was a kid, there was a lot of talk of freedom about. People were very proud of how free and brave they were, and I didn't know what that meant. There were cops around. I went through DARE. I wasn't raised to hate police. I wasn't ignorant of their presence. They were definitely in my life at a very young age, just like every American. And the assumption was that they were legitimate authority figures. That was always assumed. And when you're a kid, they're adults. And it is logical to treat all adults as authority figures because you're a kid. But now, as a man, I look at these boys and I ask myself, what do they do? What are they doing? And what do they do? And what I keep coming up with is nothing. They're doing nothing at best. And there's a lot of them. And they didn't suffer. You can say, oh, you owe a Marine respect because you can't do what they can do. You didn't go through what they went through. If you want that level of respect, you can go through what they went through and prove it. Okay, that is a barrier to entry. So it creates a separation between you and them. They can do something you can't do. Okay. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't agree, but there's logic there. But when it comes to public cops, public pensioners, that doesn't exist. The police training is not difficult. Police don't sacrifice or risk their lives to go through training to become a cop. They don't. It's not difficult to be a cop. It's not like an elite selection process. It's high school bullies. It's the people that couldn't become professional athletes and didn't study anything useful because they were really banking on being that, 210 pound guard for whatever, the Pittsburgh Steelers. It just didn't work out, because they blew out their knee. It's always the knee, their back. Something failed that was not their fault by lack of structural muscle. It was, unforeseen injury. And now they have to be cops. That's not suffering. That's not a difficult barrier to entry. That's just a union. And when I look at what they contribute, again, it's nothing. They contribute paperwork, and the vast majority of that paperwork is nothing but lies that can easily be refuted or replaced with a camera. And it's very much like a stenographer in court. It's a job that maybe was somewhat necessary 50 years ago, but it's a job that's not necessary today. We don't need your police reports at all. We don't want your police reports. I want AI to interpret the noises from around you and make a script of everything that was said. We have the technology. It's absolutely within our reach. And if you want to write a report to back that up, great. But I don't see it as relevant information to anything except your friends. It's not useful in the court of law at this point because you aren't honorable men. You're not trustworthy. You're not anything. You're high school jocks that couldn't make it professionally, and you became unionized trash. And to me, you're not worthy of respect as men. It's never mind authority figures. Just comparing equals, like man to man, we're not equal. We're not close to equal. It's very, very insulting to be compared to people that don't work and that abuse every trust given to them. It's very insulting. And I'm definitely not submitting to that as an authority figure. You know? Now, I may have been through as much or more than anyone. I've compared myself to Nelson Mandela in the past. And I don't mean that in a political way. I mean that in a human suffering way. The trauma that me and my children were put through over the past 15, 16 years is equal or greater than what they did to Nelson Mandela. And that's a fact, you know? So maybe I'm hard on them. Maybe if I came from a softer place, I would treat them with a softer hand. But they need discipline. They definitely need discipline. They definitely need leadership. They definitely need oversight. And they definitely need to produce something useful. It's a shame to be a public pensioner today. It is a shame on your family. It is a shame on your family. Where did your money come from? Oh, my mom's a cop. Well, your mom's a whore. You know? Oh, where'd your money come from? My dad works at town hall. Well, your dad's a pimp and a coward and a slave trader. You know, it's a shame on your family where your money comes from. It's a shame. Your children know it. And if they don't, they're probably retarded. And I mean that sincerely. It's a shame what happened to this country. It is a shame what happened to this country.